dear guests, dear friends. I am chairing this panel, and I was asked by the organizer to give a short introductory speech and then invite our panelists for short interventions. But first of all, let me say how honored I feel to be present here and to have you all here from all over the world. You have to know that I feel always honored to be in this room, as once it was my workplace. I was the chief advisor to the president of the Hungarian Academy of Science, and my task was international relations, so it's so good to be back, and I just advise you to look around, because it has a special spirit, this very room. So let me open the panel entitled "The Path for Freedom in the Future of Europe" with the wish, my personal wish, that the main path for the future of our continent is freedom. We need and desire that more and more. We are honored and happy that the Transatlantic Summit of the Political Network for Values is taking place here in Budapest. After so much delay, we can meet now in person at the end, exchange our views, strengthen each other. We are a welcoming place for the conservative, Christian-rooted, value-oriented politicians, think tanks, media of the world. Hopefully, our ideas, our policies, our results have proven that there is real political innovation and achievement here, and that our value-based policy ideas can lead to great victories. In order to protect Europe and to ensure its prosperous future, the renewal of the European Union is timely. Is more timely than ever, and we have to base those on the traditional European values, traditions and Judeo-Christian roots. These values should be cherished and protected instead of imposing ideology-based federalization and centralization. As Pope John Paul II said in his letter to families written in 1994, a truly sovereign and spiritually vigorous nation is always made up of strong families who are aware of their vocation and mission in history. The family is a core value of Europe, as it constitutes the most basic structure of our societies. Unfortunately, at this moment, it becomes harder and harder to talk about families as a long-standing traditional value of the EU that should be promoted. But the lack of this, its defense, would result in a bigger crisis in Europe than ever before. Our continent is not lines in a book. It is not a story. It is people. You, me, us. We are Europeans. There is no Europe without Europeans. Children are the future, and families are securing this future. So the family has a central and inestimable role in the societies of Europe. And it's the most basic precondition of the survival of the European societies, as it defends the individual who build up a stable society. Investing in families means investing in the future. Only strong families can make Europe strong. This is why, because we share these views and we base our politics on these views, this is why we are attacked constantly by the European Commission in Brussels and by many of member state governments. Only 2 days after our election victory, the Commission announced that it would initiate a conditionality mechanism suspending EU funds meant for Hungary. The witch hunt, which started in 2010, when we won the elections first with two-thirds majority. So this witch hunt continues. because, among others, we refuse to take in illegal migrants, we refuse obligatory immigration quotas. We have always underlined that the international community should primarily concentrate on handling the root causes of illegal migration and strive for stopping new waves rather than inspiring them. Now, when the number of illegal immigrants arriving in Europe increased by 57% over the first 3 months of this year, and the numbers recorded during this period are the second highest since 2016. I'm speaking only about illegal immigrants coming from through our south doors or borders. We also are criticized because we refuse to bend to federalist ideas, to the enforced vision of the United States of Europe, and to give up on our national sovereignty. We are attacked because we refuse to let gender ideology into schools and kindergartens. Instead, we choose to help families bearing children. We promote jobs and we cut taxes instead of welfare and redistribution. We do not speak in the only accepted politically correct terms. We do not use bureaucratic language to hide challenges we face at national level or at European level. We listen to our voters. Fortunately, we are not on our own with our views on the future of Europe. We have to cooperate, align with all those who share these views, these values. First of all, in our close neighborhood in Central Europe. As here in this region, we all had to struggle for our own freedom, for the survival and for our traditional national culture, and for our values against the oppression of communism. And we have to find allies in the more wide world also to this joint thinking. That is why it is important to gather conservative, Christian-rooted, value-based thinkers, politicians, and we must keep together. And we have to form together and start to build a renaissance in Europe. And you can, all of you, count on us, as we have this conservative governance as an unparalleled political success, because we listen to our people. We have not only talked about coming out stronger from crises in recent years, but we have proved it. Without us, European treaties cannot be restructured. The question is, what should happen to the European institutions that consistently violate European treaties and extend beyond their competence? This will be the subject of a long debate and a long battle. We cannot accept that ideologies are imposed on member states instead of building on common ground and compromise. So it is valid and timely to pose the question, which are the paths we envision for our common future? With this question in mind, I am turning towards the first speaker of the panel, Mr. Jaime Mayor-Oreja, Honorary Chair for Political Network for Values, former Spanish Minister of Interior, former member of the European Parliament, my dear colleague whom we shared many hours in the European Parliament, and who, when we started in 2004, we looked up at as a mentor. So it was a fantastic thing what we taught us. So let's give the floor to you, Jaime, for around 10 minutes. Please.